What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Utah Utes NCAA Football 15 Dynasty, which I've mistaken a couple times here and there. But nonetheless, it's the mid-season update, which I did with the Wake Forest Dynasty, which I'm going to do here today. And sadly, the Stanford game did not show because the same thing happened. Remember the ACC Championship? I explained that to you. It was a poor occurrence, but it was not a game that you probably wouldn't have wanted to watch if you're a Utah fan. It was another horrendous game for Utah as we fall to 1-5. Stanford, a deceiving 2-3 team, a very deceiving 2-3 team. They were the same Stanford. They were without Kevin Hogan though, so that's probably why they were at their 2-3 record. But Barry Sanders Jr., man, that guy, he just ran right all over us. Our number one problem on defense is, of course, the run, as Barry Sanders ran for 219 yards. He actually originally broke the Stanford record for yards in the game. It was like 220-something. But then we actually held him to, in the fourth quarter, like -5 yards. So he lost the record, but he still broke the record for most touchdowns in a single game for Stanford. And he broke so many records in that game. It was insane because our defense could not stop him whatsoever. And we also couldn't stop the pass. Our offense actually didn't look that bad. Our offense looked pretty good. The running game wasn't quite there. Stanford, of course, known for their big front seven, stopping the run. It's what they do. Something we couldn't really get going in the game. Travis Wilson made another few poor plays. And had another few more interceptions in this game that were kind of pretty costly. I mean, they weren't as costly as against UCLA, where they're all in the first half. Both of them, I think, were in the second half. We were still losing by a good amount at that point. I'll show you guys the, where is it? The game summary, I believe it is. Yes. So, start with the first quarter. So, we see Stanford, they started out, they got a field goal, we held them. And then they got a touchdown. We got a touchdown. We responded with they responded with another touchdown. And they got another field goal. They were up 27-7 at halftime. We were feeling pretty good because we actually were playing really well at that time. And then we started to slip up a little bit, and we allowed some big plays from Barry Sanders, and Greg Reese even got a 24-yard touchdown, which is a great play-action play by Travis Wilson. And then they just put on a couple more points, and they pretty much sealed the game, which made it a 47-17 game, which actually is very deceiving. It wasn't really that bad. If you look, see the first quarter, 10-0, 17-7, 14-7, 6-3. I mean, we were never really that far apart, but at the end of the day, we lost by 30, which looks awful. But Stanford, they had a couple losses early in the season to Army and Washington, I believe it was. And then they also lost to Arizona. So, so they were a deceiving 2-3 team. I think they still have a chance, actually, in the Pac-12 at 2-2. Because if we look at the Pac-12, the conference, it's a very miscombobulated conference. Because UCLA is still at 5-0 on top. They're 2-0 in the conference. USC's 4-0 in conference. And they are looking very powerful this season. They've won a good amount of games. They won all their games. But they lost to Boston College, as they did in real life. But they beat Oregon, which is a great win. They blew out Arizona State. They blew out Washington. They blew out Arizona. So they're going to be a really tough team. We got them on the road coming up in a couple of games. But as we look at the top 25, UCLA repping the Pac-12 at #1. We got smoked by. Ohio State, Auburn, Oregon, another Pac-12 team. Florida State, Oklahoma, Wisconsin, Iowa. As they have the leading player in the Heisman. What's his name? Something Heisman, I know that. Weissman, that's what it was. Mark Weissman, that's what it was. Brett Hundley fell out of the Heisman race because he had an awful game. So we look here, see Barry Sanders Jr., the player of offense, because he destroyed us. And let's look at some of the stats so far for our players. Travis Wilson, great in yards. Oh, but that ratio is going to be awful for interceptions to touchdowns. That's going to be horrendous. 14 touchdowns. 16. Oh, man. That's an eyesore. Oh. You guys know when I say Travis Wilson needs to fix it up. I say I need to fix it up. Is he really 6'6"? He doesn't look 6'6". I guess he is. Yeah, but he's getting a lot of yards, but that's basically our receiver doing a lot of the work there. 14 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, not doing. He's been sacked 16 times too. Our offensive line needs to fix that. That's not too good. Rushing, of course, James Poole's leading that. He's only got 5 touchdowns, which is kind of disappointing, but mainly we throw the ball when we're close because running the ball doesn't seem to work, so offensive line can't really do as much. Receiving, very even numbers throughout everyone. Receptions numbers, mainly Poole, because he gets a lot of screen plays and, you know, short passes that just won't exactly be the deep ball. If we're looking for the deep ball, it's not there, so we're just going to dump it off to James Poole. Jess Anderson, definitely our leading receiver. Kenneth Scott, number 2, Greg Reese, the tight end, and Delshawn McClellan and Harrison Hanley. Harrison Hanley basically just goes deep. Basically, he does. He just goes deep. Pretty much all 13 of his receptions have been deep plays. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. And then we look at the defensive side here. Eric Rowe leading in tackles. Who's leading in sacks? I'm pretty sure it's Jason Whittingham. Whittingham is so far the defensive MVP. He may not be leading in tackles, but he's definitely a force. He's 4th, but he's definitely a force. Interceptions, we've got a lot of people with 1, and Monte Seabrook came back against Stanford. He was a little bit of an impact. He had a couple of tackles, and he's a really good force on the outside because he got so much speed. But yeah, it was great to have him back, especially after his great week 1 with an interception. He also had a sack, and he had about like 6 or so tackles. So yeah, so that's how we're looking as we look at the leaders and everything. Receiving, Kenneth Scott, 288. Look at that. Look at our defense. It doesn't really resonate because that kind of happens every year. This game, I don't know. We just have players that get a lot more tackles than others. Sacks, Jason Whittingham's got 6. He's in 5th. Interceptions, yeah, 476 is about right. Kicking, we kick a lot of field goals, so 47 yards, I guess, yeah. Oh, wait, there's that 58-yarder. That was against us. That's kind of funny, actually. That 58-yarder, that was in the very first game of the season against us. Guy kicked a 58-yarder and he just rained it. What else was I going to show you? Our next game is against Arizona, who did beat Stanford. Let me check who they lost to. I'm not completely sure who they lost to. No, it's ours. Here we go. They lost to, wow, yeah, they lost to USC and Washington. Both teams are really good. I'm not sure how Washington is because I've seen mixed games between them. You know, with USC, you know, killing them, then them beating Stanford, who's a really good team, just not really being shown as a good team. Let me look at their schedule. Pac-12 North. Washington. Yeah, so only 2 losses are to a really good Oregon team on the road, and they didn't even lose by that much. And USC, who's been a force, who just got upset against Boston College somehow. And we got to play them. We're gonna be at home, so maybe a chance to upset or something like that. But at least we're not the worst team. You know, Cal's 1-6, so that's an up. That's a plus. I think we'll take any pluses at this point. And Colorado, I don't know how they're 1-2 in conference, I guess. So yeah, that makes sense. Well then, that pretty much sums up that. What else did I need to show you? I was gonna show you some of the injuries. Also, Stanford is missing like a couple like cornerbacks. So we don't have anyone hurt. Let's see who's, I'm just kind of curious. Are there any big injuries? Length. Can I not sort it by length? I want to go like any big teams, kind of, you know? Wake Forest. Hey, Wake Forest, who's out? I don't remember these people. Yeah. I don't remember those guys from Wake Forest. Lots of hurt players. Let's see if UCLA, #1 team in the country, has anyone broken of sorts. UCLA is Brett Hundley. Wow, that's why he's out. Wow, he fractured his forearm. Devin Lucien, who actually got hurt in our game. Devin Fuller. Wow. So their top 2 receivers, I don't think it's their top 2 receivers, but very high receivers. And Brett Hundley, their Heisman candidate quarterback, is out. I would say pretty much for the season, 10 weeks, around that. Yeah, both of them have been big contributions, not as much Devin Fuller. But still, Hundley's out, and I think UCLA is going to go down pretty soon. Who are they playing this week? It's a big question to what will happen. They're playing at Stanford. I think they're going down. UCLA is going to lose. They're my favorite team in real life, in real college football. They're going down to Stanford. I believe in it because Stanford is hyped after a big win over Utah, which they definitely earned. They just flat out destroyed us. What else? Oh, I need to speak about the... I was thinking, because since we're in this era of no more BCS, I was thinking of doing the college football playoff type thing, but I was just trying to think of so many ways to do it. Because I know I'm not going to make it this year. That's a definite. That lost. Like, week 1, we lost that. Or week 2, actually, because we won week 1. Week 2, we lost that hope of getting the college football playoff. I had the idea that I could somehow, like, go into, like, play now, and somehow just manage a way to muster up the top 4 teams in the thing, and then just edit their rosters, in, like, the regular game to their quarterback, their backup quarterback, their running back, backup running back, their top receivers, and their top defensive players, I guess, because that would just... Actually, I could probably do it for all 12 of their starting players, including their punter, kicker. That would be like 24 players. So maybe I could, because it would only be 3 teams if I made it. So I think I could do that successfully. I think it's a cool idea. It's just I don't know how it would resonate in Dynasty. I'd have to like kind of not go by the bowl game method at the end of the season, like when it says what our record was. Kind of go past that. I would still go I would go to top 25 polls. I would look not by BCS standings, top 25. See 1, 2, 3, 4. I would simulate a game between 1 and 4 with those players. And then I would do a game between 2 and I would play if that was my game, or just simulate the game if I was 1 or 4. And I would do it that way, but I'm not sure if that way would kind of work. I'm just really not sure. When we get to the bowl games, let's say we're 4th, but we made the we made the Fiesta Bowl as an at-large team. So we were playing the number 6 team in the country. We were playing, say, LSU, for example, which we wouldn't play in the Fiesta Bowl most likely. It'd most likely be a Big 12 team. But say we did that, and I don't know what I would do. I guess I would just simulate that game and just not kind of care about it. But then at the end of the day, if I looked at our stats and records, it wouldn't say as much. But I don't know. I think it's kind of a cool idea because I kind of want to implement the college football playoff. Since this is a 2015 Dynasty, I gotta kind of make it realistic as possible. I'm gonna try to do it. That would be in the near, or maybe not near future, maybe near future. But it depends on Utah does next season. This season's just we're going for 6 wins. We gotta go 5-1 the rest of the way, and it is a tough way to go. If we're gonna go 5-1, I don't think. To be honest, the way our team is playing defensively, I don't think we can stop these teams that we're about to play. Arizona, I don't think we're going to be stop them. They're a high-powered offense, and they even have Kadeem Carey, which kind of sucks because he is gone. Wait, where's Arizona info? Where's the... I kind of want to see top players. I can't see that right now. But then we go and play USC, which is going to be a tough game. Arizona State, Washington State. Our games only get harder from here on out because Arizona... very good team. USC, probably the best team in the Pac-12. Other than Oregon, I would say, because I think Oregon's pretty good this season. We don't play Oregon, thank God. So we're going to play Washington at Arizona State, which is going to be really tough because that environment is hostile. And at Washington State, that one's not even going to be easy. But Colorado, I think we can handle that game. Our former Big 12 competitor, which is now our current Big Pac-12 competitor. So that's pretty much what I had to say. This is the midseason update thing. And we look here for the game against Arizona. I've done some recruiting. Not going to show you guys that. I don't really want to. So I don't know. I kind of mucked things up a little bit. I don't want to show you guys my mistakes. You guys will see it when the recruiting comes around at the end of the season. Some of the top stories, I guess you could see. We see some upsets between the season. UCLA somehow still #1. Yep, but UCLA's Hundley out for at least 10 weeks after a rival win over California. So I kind of want to see how that shapes up. I think UCLA is going to drop. I'm going to do some projections here for the rest of the Pac-12. Who's going to win? I personally think USC is going to win out in the Pac-12. I don't think that anyone could probably beat them. They've got Notre Dame, which is not a conference game. They got us, which they could lose. They could always lose that game. At Oregon State, I think they win. Stanford, I think they win because they're at home. At Colorado, it's a pretty simple game. And UCLA without Brett Hundley, that's not even a team. So maybe Jerry Neuheis will pull something out of his hat, but I don't really think anyone can beat USC this point of the stage or point of the game. What was Oregon State? How are they 3-0? I don't think they've played anyone good. They played us. They barely won that. Colorado, Washington State, yeah, they're not really a contender. They got all these games hard at the end. So I believe Oregon will win the North. And in the end, I think USC wins the Pac-12, sadly. But that's the way it's going to go because unless there's a couple upsets here and there, Washington maybe squeaks by, or Penn State could possibly squeak by. Or even possibly one of these teams could squeak by, or even we could squeak by if somehow this all mucks up and every team loses 3 games and all of a sudden we come away on top and it's a miracle season, and I don't know. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I did a lot of rambling, a lot of talking, a lot of fast talking. And I hope you guys did enjoy. Have a great day and goodbye.